So my daughter wanted to learn to skate. For a few weekends now we went to that one rink in driving distance, but it was always very full. So at some point we decided to go to another one here in Munich, the Olympic training rink. It's not an Olympic training site anymore because that got cancelled because, the state has no money for that. Thanks. Anyway, at the skate shop where I got the new boots, I actually got some tips what to practice next because the owner is a local figure skating legend and she said we should practice 1-foot glides and stepping slowly, moving forward and some other exercises. So we tried doing that and also crouching down. And Minnie did quite well with that. And I was still finding my balance, I guess. There are not so many videos of me at this point because she could not hold a phone yet or some camera. So most of the videos are of her progress, which I regret a little bit because I would have loved to have more videos of me skating and of how I develop these most basic skills. It's just super interesting to look back. Now that it's 3 years later and I'm finally editing this. At this point in our journey, I wanted to understand the figure skating jumps as well. Like the first one, the waltz jump, but look at me, what was I thinking? I really believe this was a waltz jump. I have absolutely no idea what made me do this. I must have read somewhere that it's, a change of foot jump, half turn. Okay, let's do it. And for some reason, my brain then made up that you have to start and land in a spiral position. Like, what? And I didn't even land in a spiral, but I think I thought I did. And then I don't know what I'm doing with my leg there. Everything about this is so wrong. It's absolutely cringe. I even sent it to a friend whose kid was in figure skating to show off my progress. Can you believe it? But you know what? Today I can do this better. Slightly. And I found this so funny actually to look back to that time when I knew absolutely nothing about skating. Nonetheless, I wanted to help Minnie learn to skate, so I went with her to this rink as often as we could. I had her try gliding again and again, but for quite some time she was just doing this tippy-toe walk, or more like tippy edge walk. I can't believe she's learning a doppeltaucher at this point. Then we also often practiced an exercise called the Storch in German, which means the bird stork, who is standing on one leg gracefully. Minnie thought that doing as the stork does meant to spread your wings and fly. I vividly remember her trying to act like a bird on the ice. It was kind of hilarious and a little bit annoying. I could not get her to do this exercise. I at this point I just gave up and say, okay, do whatever, just try and be on one leg. Finally, we enrolled at a skate club so she could have some group lessons, but it was already very late in the season and that meant we only had a few lessons left on the ice before the rinks would close. This time was a little bit frustrating for me. I mean, I had to skate with the 3-year-olds because I was a beginner and they told me the groups were already fixed, so I couldn't be in another group, and I constantly feared running over these little kids, skating into them or them skating into me and then me breaking my back or something. I felt absolutely ridiculous and frustrated, but I mean, at least I wasn't standing at the wall like the other parents. That truly was something I did not ever want to do. It felt so absurd to me to watch my kids skate from the outside and just stand there and get cold. No, to this day I don't get it really. I mean, yeah, it's fun. I like to watch her skate, but I just can't stay away, I guess. I also remember that I felt like the ice outside was so different from the ice at the indoor rink. I remember dreading the evening classes specifically. It was like frozen over with an extra layer of slippery little bubbles. Advanced skaters probably don't even think about it, and today I don't care that much. But to me back then, it was a horrific new fear unlocked. I fell on this stuff like all the time. At this stage, really, we had so many basic questions. We didn't even have skating clothes or proper equipment apart from the boots. I mean, finally, I got Minnie some hard guards in March, I guess, before she was walking around in the soft guards from Decathlon, which had a hard part on the bottom because I guess they anticipated idiots would walk around in the soft guards. Yeah. At some point then all the outdoor rinks closed, and with that the group lessons for adults came to an end. The only rink still open was the Olympic then, so I went there to practice a few times before that also closed. I really wanted to learn 3 turns and also crossovers. I remember those being the 2 things I just could not do and nobody would explain them to me. But I just had that in my head. I just wanted to do that. I wanted to learn 3 turn. That was the first thing in figure skating that I wanted to do. Looking back, I mean, I see that I should have done way more edges, way more balancing and beginner exercises, but also more off-ice training actually. I didn't really have anyone I could ask about that, and I mostly learned from YouTube videos, and occasionally I could ask a coach in the group session, but I feel like I just wasn't at the level that they could work with me. And it makes me sad because in Germany there's actually a lot of demand from beginner adult skaters who would like to learn the basics, who would like to learn them properly. But there are just not enough opportunities to skate, to learn how to skate, coaches to ask. It's difficult. So I made very slow progress because I didn't have a coach and I didn't have lessons, like only the few in the beginning of the year. However, I still look back to this time being slightly envious of my old naive self. I mean, I never planned for any of what came next. Stay tuned, I guess.